In the beginning, before time learned its rhythm and the stars took their seats, there was only the kingdom of light. It stretched infinitely, a vast, silent brilliance where thoughts themselves shimmered like jewels suspended in the air. And there, at the center, beyond the reach of time and matter, dwelled the Father of Greatness, an eternal, serene presence, too pure for the rough touch of words. The Father gazed across his boundless realm, where the light breathed in perfect harmony. Each beam knew its place, each pulse of radiance had purpose. There was no discord, no hunger, no need for struggle. The kingdom of light was a home of peace, where unity spun in quiet circles, unbroken. But beyond the edges of this pristine world, in the places where no light could tread, stirred another force, the world of darkness. It loomed like a shadowed thought, intangible but present, a void forever on the cusp of being. There, in the deep pits of chaos, something darker than night plotted. The Prince of Darkness was not a ruler in the sense of command, but a ruler in essence, a tyrant of disorder, with his monstrous armies of demons and wild, formless thoughts of destruction. What would it be like to touch the light? The darkness mused in the secret corners of its formless soul. It was a thought so dangerous, so seductive, that once born, it could never be erased. And so began the cosmic invasion. The first collision of light and dark was as quiet as a whisper, a subtle, strange encroachment at the edges of the kingdom of light, where perfection began to tremble under the weight of confusion. The Prince of Darkness sent forth his chaotic hordes, reckless, hungry things that clawed and gnashed, trying to swallow what they did not understand. But the kingdom of light was not unguarded. From the stillness came the living spirit, a divine emanation from the Father of Greatness, sweeping into action with a calm ferocity that astonished even the invaders. The living spirit moved not with brute force, but with elegance, erecting a barrier between light and dark, shaping the chaos into something comprehensible, a world suspended in between, made of both elements. And thus the material world was born, a strange hybrid where fragments of divine light found themselves entangled in the dense, suffocating matter of the dark. Imagine, if you will, the souls of light, once free and pure, now trapped in bodies of flesh and bone. Each one a shard of the divine, but wrapped in heavy chains of matter, ensnared by desires they did not recognize, cravings foreign to their luminous nature. Mani, the final prophet, sat with a quiet gaze, watching as humans wandered through this mixed world, this battleground between light and dark, unaware of their true origin. Their eyes, dulled by the weight of ignorance, could no longer see the shimmering truth that lay just beyond their reach. The Father of Greatness had sent saviors before, but none had fully untangled the knot of light from darkness. In the shade of the palm trees, his robes white against the dusty earth, Mani spoke. His voice was a cool breeze, calming but precise. "The kingdom of light is your true home," he would say, "but you are lost in the fog of this world. Your soul is made of light, and it is through gnosis, knowledge, that you will find your way back." The crowds would listen, their eyes widening as if for the first time they could see the chains that bound them. It wasn't enough to follow the words of the prophets before, Mani explained. Asceticism, denying the material world, was their only hope of escaping the trap of darkness. He spoke of the three saviors, Jesus of light, the perfect teacher who showed the way, Mani himself, the final prophet who would untangle the remaining mysteries, and the elect, those few pure souls who could live without touching the world's darkness, purifying both themselves and the light within. The material world is not just a battlefield, it is a temptation. For each human soul, the pull of darkness is subtle but constant, like a lover's whisper in the night. Why deny yourself, it says, why not taste, feel and live in this body? And so humanity is torn. The flesh wants to consume, to experience the world as though it could be its own. But within, there is always the glimmer of unease, the faintest recollection of something higher, purer, a place where flesh does not drag down the spirit, where the soul is not hungry for what it cannot keep. One man, an ordinary follower, would lie awake at night, his thoughts winding through the labyrinth of his existence. He had heard Mani's words, but still his body ached for the warmth of touch, for the sweetness of food. Could it be true, he wondered, that all these desires were mere traps, distractions from his true self? He felt the battle within him, the same cosmic struggle that defined the universe playing out in his own soul. The light inside him pulsed, faint but steady, urging him to rise above. But the darkness, the material weight of his body, was relentless, pulling him back into the world of matter. "This is your home," it whispered. "Why deny what is natural?" In those moments of tension, he felt closest to the truth of Manichaeism, that human existence itself is a battleground, and to win this battle was to deny the body, to feed the soul with the knowledge of its true origins. Mani's eyes would drift to the horizon, imagining the end of cosmic time, a time beyond suffering, beyond the weight of matter. There would come a day, he taught, when all the light trapped in the world would be set free, and the forces of darkness would retreat back into their chaotic void, defeated and divided from the light forever. "But this is not the end you know," he would say to his disciples. "It is a return to the beginning, to the place of pure light, where the Father of greatness waits for his children to come home." In that final moment, the soul of every being who had found gnosis would rise, free at last from the body's pull. They would return to the kingdom of light, their journey complete, their existence no longer weighed down by matter, and all would be as it once was, pure, unified, and at peace. And the material world? It would remain an empty husk, the last relic of the battle that was fought not with weapons, but with wisdom and asceticism. "The light returns to itself," Mani whispered in the twilight of his days, "and in its return it remembers what it always was." The tale of Manichaeism is not just a legend of gods and demons, light and darkness. It is the story of every soul's journey, each one caught between worlds. It is a story told in the quiet moments of doubt, in the flicker of recognition when we sense there is more to existence than what we see. In this world, where light and dark dance together, it is not always easy to find the path. But the journey itself, the struggle to separate spirit from matter, is where the true beauty of Manichaean belief unfolds. And so, as the stars blink above a silent desert, we are reminded that somewhere, beyond what we know, the kingdom of light is waiting, serene, eternal, and untouched by the chaos of the world below.